Hey everybody. Well, if you are watching this video, you have obviously come to the right place. This are probably two or three YouTube videos. I haven't decided yet how many I want to make, but I do want to keep them short so you can watch these in manageable chunks. So welcome to the first class of the capstone project for the doctoral program, or in other words known as PC 890 Capstone Seminar. This is a unique course that was developed, even though it's placed in your third semester spring, where you still have a lot of writing to do, especially with dissertation guidance and trying to engage in some free-flowing thoughts in terms of your dissertation and writing your literature review and everything involved in that. This capstone serves as your general comps. In other words, when we put the program together, the Department of Education came to us and said, how are you going to measure the general knowledge and skills of your students? Well, we said we already have a research comps, but they wanted something more, to measure general knowledge in terms of these three areas of advanced clinical skills, counseling education, and clinical supervision. And we also tack on professional advocacy because it's not only a CACRET requirement, but also because it is a definite need in the area of mental health counseling, especially in this professional leadership capacity that you are engaging in and emerging into. So this is the reason for the course. And if you had a chance to look over the syllabus, and I'm working off my own laptop, so if you see me look away and so forth, I'm just trying to stay on task in terms of what information I want you to know, since we're not going to have a class today because of the inclement weather. So I hope you're safe. I hope you're warm. I hope you went out and got plenty of toilet paper and milk and bread and everything else that you need to survive however long this is going to be. Although where I am, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. So it's going to be more of a minor inconvenience instead of a blizzard. But, please be safe because this is, this weather is supposed to turn into ice at some point as well as rain. So until that does, just be safe. And if you don't have to go out, please don't. So sit back and enjoy this lecture. So anyway, let's look at the syllabus. Pull that up, or if you have a hard copy of it, that'd be great. Just want to give you some basic information of just what to expect in this course this spring. Okay. First of all, let's scroll down, or I'm going to scroll down to. My contact information. The best way to get a hold of me is shoot me an email. Okay. Because I do have office hours, but I'm in and out, as you know. And since we meet on the weekends, the best way, send me an email and I will get back to you as soon as it is humanly possible. Okay? All right. You also see the class dates there, January the 18th, which is today. And then we have February the 8th, March 7th, April 4th, and then May 2nd. Okay? And of course, we meet on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1. And we are in classroom 211, the Assisi room in the RAB, which I think does not have windows. So I apologize for that. So, hopefully we will still be able to do great work during that time. Anyway, so welcome aboard. And let's continue scrolling down through the syllabus. It's pretty self-explanatory. There are no textbooks that are needed to be purchased this time around because you have everything you need. Again, the way this course is designed is to have you pull everything together of what you have learned, what you have experienced, the courses that you've already taken, and really move into forming a personal and professional identity within this field as a leader in mental health counseling, counseling education, and clinical supervision. That's really the three key areas that is really enhanced and emphasized in the doctoral programs. Okay, and like I said, we also include professional advocacy because it fits nicely into the overall university's mission statement, as well as it is included in the work that we do. That many times to be that professional advocate is to recognize the needs of our clients and how can we put the skills and the resources into their hands, as well as the times when we need to be a voice for them because they have not been able to find their own voice yet. Okay, and so advocacy places a lot of emphasis on empowerment. Okay, but I'll say more about that because I have a separate set of slides. It's under week 2 in Blackboard. Okay, so overall, just the outcomes for this course. I'm looking at course requirements and evaluative criteria. There's just basically 3, okay, which coincide with the 3 papers that you'll be writing. Okay, just going to read it verbatim here. Students are evaluated on their effectiveness to articulate, integrate, and evaluate the following tasks. Okay, number 1, how does your pastoral counseling identity and understanding of Franciscan core values demonstrate your effectiveness as a professional counselor? Okay, and then you can scroll down further or just flip the pages and you'll see the rubric that goes with that and some of the things that I am looking for in terms of how does that get played out and some key points, I should say, to be able to articulate that. The second one is how does your pastoral counseling identity and understanding of Franciscan core values demonstrate your effectiveness as a professional counseling supervisor? Okay, so the first paper is on your skills as a professional clinician. The second paper will be on your clinical supervisory skills. And then third, how does your pastoral counseling identity and understanding of Franciscan core values demonstrate your effectiveness as a counseling educator? Okay, so there we see the 3, the clinical supervisory, and then the counseling educator skills coming in, as well as the advocacy piece, which I'll say a little bit more later on here in terms of how do you integrate that. Okay, so we have 3 papers to write, and you can see scrolling down even further that the tentative calendar here, I was just going to use today, January 18th, just as a general knowledge of what exactly is professional identity and what goes into these papers as well. But you'll see down through the calendar the different times in which these papers will be presented. And so for our next class on February 2nd, there's presentation 1. You see the very first paper. And what I have designed, or how I have designed this course, is that everybody will be presenting that day. And then you're also to receive feedback from each other based on what you have heard. So for example, just for the sake of argument, let's say Brian will go first, okay? And he presents his paper, highlights it, talks about it, pulls out some key ideas, some areas of growth that he's seen in himself, and areas as well as continued growth that he has identified. And then we're just going to take turns in regarding the affirmations that we can give him as to what we have seen in him in terms of his clinical skills growth, and really affirm his professionalism as a clinician. Okay, and so every school, or not school, but every course, class, we will have that opportunity to give one another feedback on that in terms of whatever paper is being presented. Okay?